Sherri here from Plants for All Seasons. Beautiful weather we're having this weekend. We're about 11 days out from Hurricane Harvey, and one of the biggest questions that we're getting right now at the nursery is, what do I do with my yard after it's been flooded, or what do I do with my plants because they're showing so much stress, even on yards that didn't go underwater. 50 inches of rain in some areas is just extreme and very stressful on our plants and our lawn. So we decided to come to one of our faithful customers' houses. Yes, she still has stuff in her front yard. She did flood. Her yard was underwater. It's amazing to me that a yard that was just underwater for a few days is already thirsty, but we are there. We've been dry, beautiful sunny weather, so it's time to get out in the yard and do some remediation for the soil. This yard was flooded, so it was inundated with chemicals, petroleum, all these cars that flooded around here. The gas and the oil leaks out. All the garages are full of chemicals that get into the floodwaters and get into our landscapes and our homes. So I just thought it would be good to help you guys with a few tips and offer a special offer at the end of the video on what you can do in your yard. First of all, we want to replenish the nutrients that were lost in the floodwaters. So, of course, we go to our favorite company, MicroLife. We need to fertilize again. Even if you fertilized a few weeks before the storm, all of that nitrogen and all those minerals just leached out. So we need to put a good nitrogen source down that has trace elements in it, iron, all the good stuff that your grass and your flower beds needs. Everything I'm going to be talking about, you're going to do in the lawn and in the flower beds. So all this can be applied with a spreader. This is the Humates Plus. It's full. It's got yucca wetting extract in it, so that's going to help pull the products down into the soil. And it's going to help loosen the soil and help with water penetration. A lot of times when all these chemicals get in our soil and we're having all this construction and all this gypsum from everything we're pulling out, it packs the soil down and hardens it. That, and people have been running up and down your lawn bringing things out, so that compacts your soil. So we need to get oxygen, we need to get life back in that soil. So these two products are going to help with that. So you'd put those granules down, and then you're going to follow it up with these two products, Medina Soil Activator and Medina Molasses. So what this is molasses feeds all the little microbes in the soil. This puts the microbes back in the soil along with these MicroLife products. So we put the microbes in the soil. Microbes do amazing things like eat petroleum-based products. They're going to tie up salts. They're going to neutralize all the chemicals that have been sitting on your lawn. They're going to help break down these fertilizers and make them usable to the grass. So you're going to get a better recovery. And even the shrubs over here that are stressed out and they were covered in water, that's going to help them get over this stress and perk up so that they can enjoy this beautiful weather as well. So I've already applied the Humates in the hybrid to the lawn with my spreader, and then I mixed up a gallon of this mixture here that's got the the soil activator and the molasses in it. I'm going to spray this over the lawn. 1 gallon of mix will treat 1,000 square feet. So we're looking at about 3,000 or 4,000 square feet here. So one of these gallons here and here, that will make that'll treat a 4,000 square foot yard. So it goes quite far. So you're going to spray this on the soil in the flower beds, and you're going to spray it over the grass, just like this. And then what you'll do is this just coats the blades of the grass. Then what we're going to do is we're going to follow it up with water. But I just want to show you. I mean, you just spray the soil just like this. It just, see how you can see the darkness of the molasses? It's nice and rich. Spray the soils. And then what we're going to do after we spray the soils, and we've already applied the granules, is we're going to water it in. And when we water it in, that is going to push that molasses and that soil activator down into the soil profile, and that's where we want it. So we're going to water it in, and that's washing it off the blades, putting it down into the soil where we want it to go. That will activate our granular fertilizers, and that's going to push this down into the soil profile. Then in probably about 3 or 4 days time, you will already start to notice a difference. Your grass will start greening up, it'll look perkier, it'll look healthier. Using the Humates alone, you will have to water less over time just from using that product alone. But the other ones are very important to use as well to tie up a lot of those chemicals. As you can see over here, from the demolition, there's little pieces of gypsum board. That's full of salts. That is bad for your landscape. You can't pick all this stuff up, so we need to amend the soil and let those little microbes get going and tie up that salt so that we can recover the soil. So I'm gonna water all this in, get it activated. Once this all gets picked up, that is gonna be very important to finish off that area because that's where a lot of the damage is gonna be. This hasn't seen the sun. The grass under that hasn't seen the sun. We're gonna have die off in that area. So it's gonna be very important to repeat this process in that area. Now, if you feel like you had a lot of cars flood and there was a lot of petroleum-based products floating around in your water, then I would repeat the liquids, the soil activator and the molasses in about 30 days. You should be good on your Humates and your hybrid for about the next 2 months. Then you'll follow it up with a fall special fertilizer, something in specific for the fall that has a higher last number. And we'll start bringing those in, but I think we still need to put the nutrients back in the soil, doing a regular high nitrogen fertilizer right now with these beautiful temperatures, build up that nitrogen, and then we'll do a fall fertilizer come end of October, November timeframe. Another thing that you'll want to think about is applying a pre-emergent herbicide. With all the compaction and damage that has happened in our yards, we are going to be very prone to weeds this year. If they haven't already started, this yard is very lucky because the weeds haven't started yet. But in these big areas this winter, weed seeds will settle in there and then they'll be fighting weeds in those areas. So that'll be a really important thing to do this fall whenever you're putting out your fall application of fertilizer as well. So I'm going to get to watering. If you have any questions, just stop by the nursery. Anybody have questions, Cal?
We had one question of what number do you set your spreader on for the Humates and the hybrid?
Awesome question. The Humates is going to go on about 3 to 4. And this, like I said, this will cover about 4,000 square feet. The hybrid, you're going to set it on a 5, and this will go 3 to 4,000 square feet. I did put it up into the flower beds as well, so you got to take that into consideration. You can chicken feed it up into the flower beds if you don't have a hand spreader to get up in there, but just a light chicken feed up into the flower beds and then water it in to activate it. Okay, awesome. Oh, and the special deal, forgot to tell you guys. If you come in and you want to just do everything that I just talked about, it's 4 products, a bag of the hybrid, a bag of the Humates, a gallon of the molasses, and a gallon of the soil activator. The retail value on that is $119.96, I believe. If you come and buy all the products, I will give you a $25 gift card that you can come back and use on your next visit. Just anything we can do to help out and get you the ability to do the right thing for your lawn and garden. Awesome. Well, awesome. We'll see you later.